Hello. If you don't know me, my name is Helen Jennings. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator based here in the UK. And I wanted to come on today and talk a little bit about my new schedule of classes that I am just publishing. Now, we are here in June 2020, sort of having been battling with the COVID-19 pandemic for a few months, and although things are starting to ease in terms of lockdown a little bit, there is still a great deal of uncertainty as to when, how, if face-to-face classes are going to be able to start up again. So I have devised a program of classes that are going to either be online or in the post classes, and a special event as well coming up. And I'd like to share those with you, share what they are, how they are going to work as much as I can envisage them working at the moment. And of course, they will all be always constantly evolving and developing as time goes on, and we find out what works and what doesn't work and what needs tweaking. But this is just an introduction to those courses as they are being published, and some of the ideas behind them, and who they are for, what they are for, and why you might want to come and join me. So I am going to share my screen with you and come on to my website, where I have just put up a blog post, and that we'll be able to have a look at some of these classes in a bit more detail. So bear with me while I just find what we are looking for, and here we are. Waddling forwards with classes for everyone. Okay, so there you'll see on the screen some of these classes, but let's have a look at each one in turn. So the first one that's going to come up there is the Lily Pad Stamp Club. Now, the idea behind the Lily Pad Stamp Club is that so many of us are guilty of buying lots of lovely new supplies, getting really excited, but then you get them home, you unpack them, and they sit on the shelf. So I wanted to develop a group that meant that, yes, you could purchase these supplies, yes, you get excited about them, but that actually I'm going to encourage you to get them off the shelf, to get playing with them, and we're going to do that in an exclusive Facebook group. And within that Facebook group, so when you've got membership to the group, you will get a link into the Facebook group, and within that exclusive Facebook group, you will get, during the course of a 4-week period, 2 live classes. So I will be conducting a live Facebook class and creating a couple of projects using the bundle of the month. And prior to going live, I will have posted a project list of the things that you would need if you wanted to craft along with me live during that class. And of course, because you're a member of that group, you're going to be able to go back and re-watch that video. You can watch it at a later date. It won't matter if you're not available at the time it goes live. That will all be there on the group for you to go back into and watch again, and create those projects again as many times as you want to. So in addition to those 2 live classes in that group, you will also get, I will also be posting in, over the course of the 4-week period, 8 additional YouTube videos. They'll be a little bit shorter, but you'll get 8 different YouTube videos with lots of inspiration for using your project, and they will include at least 1 fancy fold card of some sort, and 1 project that's anything but a card. So it might be a scrapbook page, it might be a gift bag, it might be a piece of home decor, but it'll be anything but a card. And as well as that, within that group, every month there will be a challenge posted that is just for the participants of that group. And also, of course, you'll have the sense of community, the sense of being in a group with lots of other people who are also working with this same bundle of projects. You can inspire each other, you can ask questions, and somebody, even if it's not me, will hopefully come on with the answer. And it'll be a lovely little community of people playing with that bundle of products. And what I will do is, as I start to promote the group, so in the month before this goes live, I will produce a shopping list of the main bundle of products that I'm going to be using in the Lily Pad Stamp Club the following month. And there are two ways to gain access to the Lily Pad Stamp Club. You can either buy £45 or more from that shopping list from me in my store, or you can pay a monthly membership of £12.50. Now, you're not signing up for any more than 1 month at a time, so you're more than welcome to say, okay, I fancy this month's bundle, I'm going to sign up for that, or don't fancy next month, I'm not going to sign up for that. So that's absolutely fine. It will be a month-on-month thing. I will invite you to join again every month. So you're not signing up, committing yourself to any more than a month at a time. So that's the idea behind the Lily Pad Stamp Club, is that we buy lovely new things, but we don't just buy them, we use them, and we have lots of inspiration for them, and we get playing. We take them off the shelf and actually put some ink on them. So Lily Pad Stamp Club, and you'll see there's a colour palette that's telling you all the colours that are in that bundle, that suite of products. You've seen the shopping list for the suite, and there's a shop now button, so if you want to go on and join me, you can do. The next thing is coming up is a how-to class. Now, for a long time I have done a monthly technique class, and these were an in-person class that I held here at home. Obviously that isn't possible at the moment, so we're taking that how-to technique class online. It could be, as time progresses, it may be that it will become an either or, that I will, once I can have people at home again, that you could either come and do the in-person event or choose to do it online. But initially for the online class, what will happen, we will explore a different thing each month. So it may be that we take a product and we explore different ways of using it. Embossing folders, ink refills, embossing paste. We've done lots of things in the past. So it could be that we take a particular product and we're going to play with it. Let's see what this can do. Or it could be that we explore a couple of different fancy folds, perhaps. Let's create some fancy cards. Or it could be that we do a one-sheet wonder. Lots of different ideas for things we could have as part of our how-to class, because it is about how to ... whatever that is. And that will be a kit coming out to you in the post, and then there will be a Zoom class on the second Thursday of the month. So you've got a cut-off date for that of the last Saturday of the month, ready for the class happening the next month on the second Thursday. That gives me time to get the kits ordered and then out to you. So that is that one. Actually, that should be the third Saturday of the month. I think I need to look at that. But look out on the website for details of that. And again, you've got a shop now button. Stamp a Stack in the post. Another class that's always been an in-person one that we've now taken to a class in the post. This one hasn't got a Zoom class attached to it. This has been a class in the post. So in the post you will get your stamp set, if that's what you've ordered, plus enough projects, enough cards and supplies to make 6 cards, 2 each of 3 designs. And this one, again, once it's possible to have in-person events, you'll be able to, if you're local, to choose whether to do it in person with me here at home or whether to have this in the post option. They will both continue to run. So it is, as it says, a stamper stack, and each month I will choose a different stamp set, and you'll always have the option to have your kit without the stamp set, have your kit with the stamp set, or if dies are available, have your kit with the bundle. You have your option of how you want that to come, and you'll find your different options on the website. And for this next one coming up, we're going to be using the Tasteful Touches stamp set. The next class is something brand new, a spot of crafting. Now, for a good few years, I have done what I've called my county tour, where I have designed a class and I have taken that around the county. And quite often the people that come to that are people that don't necessarily have lots of crafting supplies at home. They just come along and enjoy having those sort of step-by-step choreographed experience of coming and being able to create some cards. So I've thought long and hard how I could transfer that into an online alternative, and this is what I've come up with. In this last catalogue, in the annual catalogue, Stampin' Up released a little set of classic stamping spots. Now, your stamping spots are small ink pads, and this little collection comes with 8 colours. So it's got a basic grey plus 7 other colours within this little collection of ink pads. And I thought that that would be a perfect small investment that people could make and be able to have lots of colours for us to be able to play with this class. So the class is going to be based colour-wise on those 8 little stamp spots with the addition of a blank ink pad. So those 8 colours and black are the only colours that I'm going to use when I'm designing these classes. Now, this class is going to be a monthly class. It's going to cost £20, and for your £20 you will get a small simple little stamp set plus the card and paper and embellishments and things to create 3 cards and your instructions. And those cards will just be made with either one of those 8 colours from that stamping spot collection or black. So all you need other than that is a clear block and some adhesive. And then you'll be able to, the following month, you wouldn't need to invest in those stamping spots and things. You'll already have them if you haven't already got those colours. Obviously, if you've already got colours at home, then you don't need to invest in anything else. It's just for those people that haven't got anything, that were relying on using my supplies. That seemed like a cost-effective way of being able to continue to do some crafting. So the stamping spot class, as I say, £20, you'll receive all the bits and pieces you need to create 3 cards, including the instructions, and they will all be stamped with those 8 colours and or black. So you will find on my website here, you'll find a little shopping supplies list of those, just those basics. So the stamping spots and the Memento black ink, a clear block and some adhesive to get you, if you've got that kit at home, then you're going to be able to complete a spot of crafting projects month on month on month. That will be a one-off investment, and after that it will just be your £20 a month to get your little kit through the post. So that seemed as good a way as any to be able to allow people that are just starting out or that just enjoy crafting but haven't got any supplies at home of their own, just to be able to continue doing some fun projects month after month. So this as I say again, you'll find the details of this month's class on my website, along with the shopping list for those basic supplies if you need those. And it will be absolutely perfect for beginners, but also for crafters that have been crafting and card making for years, who just want a nice little evening to come in and make a few little cards and have a nice time, and without having to think very much about designing and what they're going to do. It's all laid out for you. Now, there will be a Zoom class attached to that class, so you can either just take your instructions and do it at your own pace when you like, or you can come in to that Zoom class on the first Tuesday of the month and meet in that Zoom room with other crafters and just have a nice chat and a nice social time as well as a crafty time. So that is the spot of crafting, play on the words of the stamping spots. Now, those are going to be our 4 classes that are going to be a set pattern that are going to run month on month on month on month. And, you know, as each one starts, we should start promoting the next one, and you can book on to the next one. And so keep going and picking and choosing which ones you fancy doing this month. And, you know, they will always be there on my website. They'll always be there on my Facebook page, and there should be regular newsletters coming out. But that doesn't mean that we can't still have one-off events. Now, we've got a bingo night coming up next week. There is still just about time to book onto that. And those sorts of events will continue, and look out on the website for those sorts of things going forward. But we would do 2 retreats this year. We may still get the one in October, who knows, but the early spring one had to be cancelled. I postponed it. It's now had to be cancelled. But there's no reason why we can't still gather and have a lovely treat and a lovely time together. So I have devised this retreat in a box, and I have set aside Saturday, August the 15th, when I am going to come in and do 3 separate classes exclusively for the people that have this retreat in a box. Your box will arrive in the post, and as you unwrap it, you will find at least £50 worth of product in there, just as you'd have normally got on one of my retreats, in your retreat bag. And you will also find enough supplies to complete 3 separate classes. One of those classes will be a stamper stack, one of those classes will be a one sheet wonder, and one will be a home decor project. And as I say, I will come in and do 3 separate Zoom classes during the course of the day. You will have all your written instructions and things, so if you choose that, you know, your retreat is going to be to take yourself off somewhere on your own, shut the door and not talk to anybody, and that is what your retreat means for you, absolutely fine. Go with my blessing and my instructions. You can always pop in if you need some help with anything. But if you would like to be meeting in that Zoom room with other retreaters and crafting along with them and chatting and having a bit of a laugh and a giggle, then that opportunity is also going to be there for you. And as long as technology works in our favour, I will make sure that you've got the recordings of those classes afterwards as well, should you want to go back and repeat any of the classes or the projects. So that is the retreat in a box. That is going to be £75, including postage and packaging. So that will be delivered to you for £75, including £50 worth of product and 3 classes. It is a bargain. So do come and sign up and join us for that. So those are the things that I have got planned for us. As I say, I entitled this blog post, Waddling into the Future. Waddling forwards with classes for everyone. And I hope that that's what I hope to achieve. I'm always interested to hear your feedback, and obviously for some of those classes it won't matter where in the world you are, so particularly for the Lily Pad Stamp Club, if you are a demonstrator either here in the UK or elsewhere in the world, or you are a crafter living elsewhere in the world, you can come and join me for that club. You'll just need to buy your club membership, because obviously you won't be able to buy the product off of me, but you'll be very, very welcome, and it would be lovely to welcome you in. So I hope there's something in that that little lot that sort of it catches your attention and that you would like to be a part of. So just come and find me on my website, www.loveaduckie.co.uk, and I would love to have you join me on one of those classes. So do come and join me soon.